Hey guys, how you doing? I want to talk about the Champion generator and a lot of the other Honda knockoffs or Honda clones, if you want to call them that. I want to talk about their #1 mechanical flaw: carburetor. But you know, when these things act up, you just can't get the generator to run for anything. Our only option: tear it apart, rebuild it. But wait a minute, I said only option. Is there another option? I'm going to look at that. My brother suggested picking one up on Amazon for 15 bucks and just replacing it instead of rebuilding. So what the heck, let's give it a shot. Alright, right here is where it was leaking. I know it's not the hose. Right there. And I checked, I didn't see any cracks. The needle valve is sticking. It's being cleaned, but it's flooding out, filling the bowl and flooding out. I'm going to go ahead and get this torn apart here and get the new one put on. I know this isn't the best shot and a little shadowy. This little wire here, make sure it's connected, and watch how this rod fits back in, so that when you put it back together, if you have to, take some videos or take pictures. The same with your choke lever, which I've actually already have off. It just slides on, but make sure you know how it goes back on. Not a good shot, but that just slips in right there. This rod just pops out. Out comes the carburetor. Yeah, I can't wait till I get my camera back from the shop. Slide the old gasket off. Pop off the old manifold piece here. And we'll pull this gasket and replace it as well. Man, that's a really shadowy shot. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, got the gasket all cleaned off. Get my hands out of the way here. New gasket on. Took the old gasket off. Guys, if you're doing this, don't cheat yourself. Go ahead and take the old gaskets off and replace them with new. Take time to clean it up well. You know, don't gouge the metal or anything as you're scraping off the old gasket. But I took these two posts out. I put a rag on them. Sorry about that. Put a rag on them and took them out. They weren't in very tight. Easy to get out. And clean the gasket off really well. Anyway, let me put the rest of it back together. Okay, these are a little bit of a booger to get on, especially when you're trying to hold the phone. I sure do miss my other camera. Kind of ease them back on. Don't want to take a chance of tearing them. Make sure you pre-fit your gaskets to know which way they go on, which way they fit. Okay, I partially have the carburetor on. Sorry about that. Neighbors are getting ready to mow. This thin rod, the thin spring here, I'll attach it first before I slide it all the way back, and then this rod. It seems to go on easier that way. I have to turn that, maneuver it. The spring goes back and connects back here on this lever. That it came out once before on me. Could not get the generator to start for anything. Once I reattached that spring, she fired right up. So again, Since this is hard to do one-handed, I'm going to go ahead and attach these, and I'll get back with you after I have them all connected. Okay, spring is in place. Rod is not fully attached. Make sure that you get this rotated. Move my hand around and drop into place. Alright, see, before I had it up here, now I got it snapped into place. Sorry, I had to set the phone down, but it's in place. Now let's reattach everything. Slide that back, get the other gasket, and put it all back together. One thing I did notice, this carburetor came with an adjustment that mine didn't have it. Good step up. I like that. Don't forget to check the back of your air filter box. Could be gasket there as well. Okay, when cleaning the back of this air filter, you see where I started to use razor blade, and I caught myself and said, "What are you doing?" I was going to scrape it up and scratch the paint, so I just took a little carburetor cleaner and sprayed it, and it pretty much came right off. Took the old gasket off. Now, if you see that pin right there, that holds your choke lever in place. You definitely want to make sure you put your choke lever on first. It will be hard to get it on. In fact, you won't be able to get the choke lever back on if you attach this first. So let's attach our choke lever first. This is simple and easy. It just slides right down on this rod right here. Make sure you have that pin in place. Man, I hope you can see this. There's a little pin right there, and there's a groove that goes in. Simple and easy. Alright, we'll get the gas line hooked up. I like that it came with a new piece of gas line and clamps, so you're starting out fresh, especially if the carb's been setting and messed up. The lines themselves could be cracked and worn out, so might as well replace it while you're at it. Time to attach the air cleaner. Make sure you get that hose back into the opening right there. Well, let's get this put in place. Okay, filter box is attached, same as the new hose. Now, on the bolts for the filter box, they don't have to be overly tight, but they do have to be snug. And I take them down a little bit at a time, kind of walk it back evenly. And also don't forget the bracket bolt that goes on the back. Filter holder itself is now reattached with the 4 bolt screws that hold it in, securely attached. Put the filter back in. About time I replace that filter. It needs replaced. We may do an oil change, filter change, everything. After we check the carburetor and see if buying a new one was worth the trouble versus cleaning it. Filter covers in place, gas lines in place, everything, all the rods and springs are in place. Now I know I had gas flow. If yours has been setting, or if you're unsure if you have gas flow, before you attach the hose, turn the valve on, see if you get gas. You may have to undo the nut here and let a little bit of gas run through to make sure that you're getting flow and that the valve is not clogged up. But we're going to turn the valve on. We're going to let it sit for a few seconds to a minute or so, and let the bowl fill back up. Then we'll fire it up and see what the outcome was. Alright, here we go. Flip the switch to on. This is going to be fun, one-handed. Gosh, I do miss my camera. Can't wait till it comes back from the shop. First time firing it up. Well, let's see what happens. Oh, while you're at this, might as well change your spark plug at the same time. Look at that first hole. I don't think it's sold on its first hole since it was new. That's right. Alright, I've been running it for a few minutes now. I put a little stable in the gasoline. That will help in the storage. That's part of the problem that I had with this generator in the first place, is that I didn't store it correctly. But I'm going to shut it down, and then I will talk about my thoughts on doing the carburetor replacement versus cleaning the carburetor, which I did do. Okay, before shutting it down, turn the gas off, and then I'm just going to let it run until it runs out of gas. Alright guys, there it is. All shut down. Let me reposition this, and I'll give you my thoughts on the carburetor replacement. Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit surprised. I really didn't think it would work. I thought that I would put the carburetor on, it'd be a cheap part, it wouldn't run correctly, it would just be a piece of junk. So I am pleasantly surprised. You know, this may be something to think about, especially if you've had that generator stuck away somewhere. You know, you put it away a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and oh yeah, you got gas in it. You know, you put gas in it 3 years ago. You might want to get in there and check that carburetor, make sure it's working okay. Try a rebuild, but maybe this is an option. Just order another one off of Amazon. In fact, I'm thinking about ordering another one and just keeping on the shelf. Worked pretty good. Guys, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, get out there and run your generators. Check them out before the winter gets here.